It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the postgraduate graduation ceremony this afternoon. We had the undergraduate ceremony this morning. Our mission is simple. Bond aims to provide a world-class education to our students. We aimed to be the best, the very best in the Asia-Pacific region. We are making great strides in achieving that aspiration. We are doing that by providing a first-class teaching and learning environment for our students. Our faculty is unequivocally committed to that outcome. The Council is relentlessly pursuing that objective. Equally, we aim to create a sense of community that is second to none. We want to create an environment where being Bondies resonates as far more than the mere application of a name. We hope that those of you who are graduating today share that experience. We hope that you feel connected as Bondies to your classmates and to this institution. Equally, we hope that your educational experience has helped you pursue your career objectives, that it has helped bring your ambition to life. The results of surveys such as the Good Universities Guide, where we have achieved more 5-star ratings than any other Australian university, tell us that we're doing pretty well. However, we know that the real touchstone of our performance is how you feel about this institution and your experience. We are trying to support the quality of that experience through first-rate facilities. To that end, during your time here, many of you will have seen a significant investment in infrastructure. You will have seen the construction of the Balnaves Multimedia Centre, the opening of the revamped John and Alison Carney Library, and the addition of the ADCO Amphitheatre and the Alumni Courtyard. You will also have seen the extension going on of the Medical Centre. We are proud of these additions. We are committed to doing more. We are just embarking on the extension of the existing legal skills building. That construction will also allow us to establish a general purpose building, achieving a more integrated resource centre for our students. We recognise that the quality of the student experience is what differentiates us from other institutions. All we do is guided by that touchstone. I'm extremely pleased to be able to be here today to congratulate you personally and to present your degree testamus. Your graduation marks a landmark in your career. It is the culmination of a lot of hard work, years of sacrifice by you and your families. Congratulations and well done. It is also with great pleasure that I introduce to you today our guest speaker. Professor Kong Li Dao is a living embodiment of how talent can be brought to life. A second-generation Australian, Professor Li Dao has risen from being a high school teacher, albeit at Melbourne High School, selective school, to Vice-Chancellor at the University of Melbourne. And now we are privileged to welcome Professor Li Dao as a Councillor of Bond University. Professor Li Dao's association with Bond is not new. For many years, he has chaired the university's Academic Promotions Committee. That is a big and important role. Professor Li Dao brings to all these roles a valuable and important perspective on education. At the University of Melbourne, he was Dean of Education, before becoming Deputy Vice-Chancellor and then Vice-Chancellor. More recently, he has been Deputy Chair of Teaching Australia, the Australian Institute of Teaching and Learning Scholarship. He has also acted as a Vice-Chancellor at the University of Ballarat for a period. In 2009, Professor Li Dao chaired an expert panel established by the State Government of Victoria, which delivered a report advising on the development of Victorian tertiary education. Also in 2009, he chaired the Independent Selection Committee of the Australian Government for awarding undergraduate and postgraduate Asian Australia Endeavour Awards. In 2008, he chaired the independent expert panel which recommended to the Minister of Education funding to universities for the Teaching and Learning and Teaching Performance Fund. Professor Li Dao has been generous in sharing his experience with others. He has been involved with a number of universities in Australia and abroad, including the Hong Kong Institute of Education, St Paul's College in Hong Kong, and the Hong Kong Central College, as well as many universities in Australia and New Zealand. We are privileged to have Professor Kong Li Dao address us today.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of Council and new postgraduate graduates, to the staff, students, families and all members of the Bond University community, let me add my warm congratulations and good wishes to all of you graduating this afternoon. This is your day. You should enjoy it. It is, of course, an opportunity to reunite with friends made during your years here at the university. It's also a moment to appreciate the successful completion of sustained study, the development of knowledge and skills in your chosen field, where you properly feel a sense of pride and achievement. Many of you overcoming difficulties, the balancing of responsibilities for your families, for your own employment in workplaces, with the need to give sustained time for study. I expect you will be feeling gratitude to those who have supported you through this time. Spouses, family, parents, good friends, your teachers and others at the university who've been influential at critical moments. I hope you'll want to add to that list the institution of the university itself. For Bond University seeks in very practical and specific ways to be student-focused, to be aware of your interests, to anticipate your futures, and to offer a distinctive education. It's for this reason that I am personally pleased to be deepening my own associations with Bond. Having chaired the university's Academic Promotions Committee, I've come to know the strengths and contributions of many staff. Last year, I was pleased to become academic patron of a newly established centre within the university, styled the Centre for Learning, Engagement, Andragogy and Pedagogy, LEAP, the LEAP Centre, and to be associated with a book which has just been published by that centre titled Innovations in Teaching and Learning, Approaches to Professional Development from Across the Disciplines. And now I've been invited to join the university's governing board, the council. You can see that I feel part of the Bond family, and as such, I'm especially pleased to take part in these celebrations today. Many of you may, for a time, be lessening your intense involvement with the university as you make your way in the world of work, the world of the professions, industries and business. I know you are aware of the importance of lifelong learning in your careers ahead, and I'm sure you will maintain a healthy interest in the future of education, not only the institutions with which you've been personally involved, but in our schools and our universities more broadly. Because just as it's the case in many other countries, the Australian economy, the success of our productive industries and the advances being made within Australia in professional fields, these things turn in large part on the success of our universities as a whole, what we sometimes refer to as our Australian university system. I'm glad to be able to tell you that Australian universities generally maintain a high level of quality. There's a European think tank called the Lisbon Council, and in December 2008, it ranked the university systems of 17 OECD countries. And this is what they found, I quote, "Of the 17 countries surveyed, Australia, the United Kingdom and Denmark have the best tertiary education systems, ranking numbers 1, 2 and 3 respectively, according to the criteria laid out in their analysis." They say that, taken together, their universities of these three countries, except among the largest number of the local population for study, giving them high scores on inclusiveness and access. But their universities are also attractive to foreign students, which gives these countries an important leg up in the global war for talent. And all three countries are front runners in the effort to offer continuing education to adults after they've left the formal education system, with high numbers of people benefiting from access to lifelong learning. Finally, all three have opened their education systems to a wide range of people without lowering their educational standards. To the contrary, says the Lisbon Council, there is much evidence that the diversity and inclusiveness of their educational systems have helped them raise standards in important ways. In the years ahead, the Australian government is committed to substantially increasing the numbers and the proportions of young Australians who complete bachelor degree level qualifications. And within that expanded grouping, the government wishes to see a higher proportion of undergraduate students coming from lower socio-economic backgrounds. The targets set by the government to achieve these ends come from recommendations made by a review of Australian higher education conducted in 2008 by a four-person panel, one of whom was Dr. Helen Nugent, our Chancellor. The challenge of bringing into our universities a significantly larger proportion of young people from poorer backgrounds should not be underestimated. Many attempts to do this over the last 4 decades have met with little success. While universities have offered scholarships and support, and schools have made sometimes heroic efforts to better prepare students from less advantaged circumstances, additional numbers of such students coming in have tended to be swamped by progressive increases in higher education numbers overall, meaning that the proportions of low SES students have not increased as total numbers rose. We are hoping this coming phase of expansion might be different, as already we have substantial proportions of high and middle SES students now participating. But it won't be easy and will require sharp targeting from underrepresented schools and regions, the outer urban growth areas of our capital cities, and growth in regional and rural areas. A good example of such a region is right here on the Gold Coast. There's been a very recent study sponsored by the Gold Coast City Council, and it points out that most of the university campuses available to students who hold Commonwealth subsidised places in southeast Queensland, most of these campuses are located in inner Brisbane. The study points out that the Griffith University campus at Southport is the only major campus which offers Commonwealth-supported places within the Gold Coast, as our Bond University is catering for fee-paying students. So in the last census, 2006, it's recorded that as many as 41% of students with Gold Coast permanent home addresses were studying at campuses outside of the Gold Coast, mainly in Brisbane. By comparison with Brisbane residents, Gold Coast residents have low university participation rates, 23% of the 18 to 20-year-olds, as against 33% of the same age cohort in Brisbane. And to put it in other terms that are currently being prioritised by governments, if you look at the actual degree attainment levels, completed successful qualifications of those in the 25 to 34 age range, those who are living on the Gold Coast with that qualification are 18% of that age 10-year cohort, compared with 28% of residents of the same age group who live in Brisbane. Now, changing these sorts of circumstances, what will be needed if new national goals and targets are to be met? And I mention this today not because our relatively small private university can or should seek to be a major contributor, certainly not within the envisaged timescales. But I mention it to make the point that while we hear so much about living in global environments, and while we rightly seek to prepare young people like yourselves for global work participation, we do at the same time need to keep our attention on local as well as national and international circumstances. In this regard, I'm encouraged to see the presence of students from Gold Coast secondary schools within the university population, and no doubt within this morning's undergraduate graduation and this afternoon's postgraduate graduation. There will be a real number of Gold Coast Bond graduates, some with significant scholarship support from the university. And that, along with the fact that Bond University is partnering in significant ways with an extended number of both private and government secondary schools on the Gold Coast, is a demonstration of the university's commitment and its engagement. In your own professional fields and workplaces, you will be now or shortly grappling with the difficult, complex and quite important matter of how effectively to demonstrate accountability in what you are claiming you are achieving. You'll be thinking about the evidence base for such claims and assertions. Universities have these responsibilities too. This year, Bond University will undergo an audit from the Australian Universities Quality Agency. It will, in some aspects, be compared with the attainments of other Australian universities, and in some aspects will be considered more against whether it can show that it is achieving what it claims are its key priorities, and whether it can demonstrate improvement in the areas in which we are seeking to advance. there's always a balance to be struck between comparative performance in contrast with like institutions or in like fields and disciplines, and self-improvement, where the yardstick is not external but set against past achievement or against a claim being made against a planned aspiration or a goal or a target. In education, these measures are often not simple and clear-cut, but measures cannot or should not be avoided, and the effort needs to be expended to ensure that what's actually measured genuinely reflects what is intended to be assessed. To take an example that would be close to your hearts, the effectiveness of learning and teaching. In comparative terms, the Good Universities Guide shows Bond is in the very top rank. In 2007 and 2008, I was an assessor for the Australian Government's comparative measuring of public universities, not Bond, public universities, through a Learning and Teaching Performance Fund. And we examined quite detailed data from the institutions, split not only by university, but also by field of study within each university. This was interesting, indeed revealing, but not without contention, certainly controversial, as to whether we were comparing like with like, given the diverse circumstances of the nation's universities. Now, data of a similar, though not identical kind, will soon be considered as the government establishes its new Tertiary Education Quality and Standards Authority. Equally valuable but rather different information is assembled each year through various studies supported by the Australian Learning and Teaching Council, a body whose work I reviewed in 2008. Bond University is now participating more actively in the activities of that council, and our LEAP Centre, to which I earlier referred, should greatly assist in making those connections. Chancellor, today's graduates have engaged with Bond University at a key period of their development, coinciding with a key period in the evolution of Bond University itself. In wishing our graduates good fortune in the years ahead, in both their personal and their professional lives, I wish the university good fortune also, confident in the expectation that our graduates will want to keep contact with this, your university, and that the university likewise will seek to keep contact and maintain genuine connection with your lives and your futures. Again, congratulations.
Professor Li Dao, we are proud to have your association with Bond, and we share your commitment to lifelong learning. We know that our graduates share that passion, driven by the quality of educational experience they have received. Equally, though, we know that the privilege of receiving an education from Bond is tempered with a commitment to those less fortunate. And there is no better way of helping those less fortunate than ourselves by giving them access to education. In that spirit, I urge our graduates in the years ahead to contemplate giving back to others by thinking about supporting scholarships that Bond can provide. Eventually, that will allow us to provide access to other students in a way that is blind to socio-economic need. That is what great institutions do. That is what we aspire to do. Thank you for your inspiring address, and please join me again in thanking Professor Kong Li Dao.
Would candidates please stand? Chancellor, I wish to present the following graduands who are in attendance today for admission to awards of Bond University. From the Faculty of Business, Technology and Sustainable Development, 55 graduands. From the Faculty of Health Sciences and Medicine, 8 graduands. From the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, 41 graduands. And from the Faculty of Law, 26 graduands. I certify that the graduands have satisfied the requirements for admission for the award that they are being presented.
With the authority of Council, I hereby admit you to the awards for which you have qualified. I also admit to their awards those candidates listed in the graduation program who are unable to be here today.
Please be seated. Thank you.
I now ask the Acting Dean of the Faculty of Business, Technology and Sustainable Development to present his graduates.
Chancellor, I wish to present to you the following graduates for the School of Business for the award of Master of Accounting. Matthew Dicker. For the award of Master of Accounting Professional, Zhenyu Liu. For the award of Master of Business, Robert Nels Buchanan. Zhu Jian Yan. For the award of Master of Business Finance, Rosa Bozalek. For the award of Master of Business International Business, Santiago Curiani. Bernice Ariane Eter-Nud. Songyu Han. Guang Feng Zheng. For the award of Master of Business Marketing, Caitlin Betts. For the award of Master of Business Professional, Abhilash Bandi. For the award of Master of Business Administration, Genevieve Victoria Susan Colling. For the award of Master of Business Administration Professional, Caesar Alagaga Ledunna. Ana Luisa Escamilla Dorez. For the award of Master of Finance, Kim Michael Oman. And for one of the highest awards that can be achieved in the university, for the award of Doctor of Philosophy, Zhe Liang Teng. From the School of Hotel, Resort and Tourism Management, for the award of Master of International Hotel and Resort Management, Philip James Charlton Carroll. From the School of Sustainable Development, for the award of Graduate Certificate of Valuation, Ciara Kathleen Donnelly. For the award of Master of Project Management, Terence Gordon Blathman. Ryan Bruce Dunham. Peter Leslie Gabriel. Samantha Higgins. Stephen Mark Kaplan. Nicole Taylor. For the reward of Master of Property Valuation, Timothy James Ashton. Jared Milan. Kim Marie Pilcher. For the award of Master of Real Estate, Sustainable Asset and Facilities Management, Aswant Nalij Prasad. For the award of Master of Real Estate, Sustainable Development, Shauna Coffey. Alexander Lyons. Megan Mary Mamur. John Moschatos. Christopher John Newman. For the award of Master of Urban Development and Sustainability, Brodie Douglas Lister. Yvonne Rose Mayer. Kim Marie Neal. Elizabeth Heather Terens. For the award of Master of Urban Development and Sustainability, Construction and Quantity Surveying, Robert James Blair. Scott Norman Paget. Chancellor, I would now like to call upon Professor Kenichi May to present the graduate students from the Bond BBT MBA program.
Chancellor, I wish to present the following 19 graduates for the award of Master of Business Administration. Makoto Arai. Takashi Hagiwara. Hiroshi Kikuchi. Hiromori Nasuno. Kunio Sato. Takeshi Yamada. Shoichi Yasuda. Takefumi Yoshikawa. Let me read the following 11 students who are in absentia here, but they are watching this part of the ceremony in satellite broadcasting television. Tomoya Adachi. Toru Iijima. Jiro Ishikawa. Yuji Kondo. Katsunori Matsueda. Jun Ochiai. Tetsuya Shimoda. Kazuo Suzuki. Tatsuji Toyofuku. Takeshi Yano. Mamoru Yoshida.
I now ask the Acting Dean of the Faculty of Health Sciences and Medicine to present his graduates.
Chancellor, I wish to present the following graduates from the Faculty of Health Sciences and Medicine. For the award of a Graduate Certificate in Clinical Education, Sarah Elizabeth Jackson. For the award of Postgraduate Diploma of Biomedical Science, James Learmonth Stewart. For the award of Master of Forensic Science, Rashid Al-Gahafri. Kelly Grisedale. Maggie Kleist. Malawarasri Subramaniam. And for the award of Master of Sport Management, Winston Wing Hong To.
Chancellor, I wish to present the following graduates from the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences. For the Graduate Diploma of Psychology, Lisa Kathleen O'Connor. David Lyle Basil Reed. Maria Florencia Tordini. Shalini Rangasamy. Kelly Michelle Singleton. Rachel Allison Craig. Jenny Catherine Moorhead. Postgraduate Diploma of Psychology, Sarah Jane Aldridge. Ryan Adam Creary. Kylie Marie Fielder. Alexandra Granger. Timothy James McIntyre. For the Master of Arts by Coursework, Radhika Budden. Mara Bennett. Annie Sherian. Maeve Valancourt. Ying Yen Yang. Min Chen. Shishan Tang. Chong Suk Yu. Aditya Banerjee. Jamie Garanciotis. Casey Corrington. Joseph Douglas Corrigan. Elaine Niesner. Grantlyn Morgan Perkins. Gayleen Bonnie Harpy. Manon Sella. Michelle Whitty. Patrick Creamer. Stephen Robert William Guttormson. Aislinn Brown. Bérénice Ariane Etourneau. Gisela Andrea Palacios Fuchslocher. Robert John Layton. For the Master of Psychology Clinical, Ryan Bell. Lauren Hagedorn. Hayley MacDonald. Taryn Louisa Oak. Melissa Jane Desiree Reardon. Daniela Savage. Ivanovich.
I now ask the Dean of the Faculty of Law to present her graduates.
Chancellor, it is with pleasure that I present to you the following graduates from the Faculty of Law. For the award of Postgraduate Diploma in Legal Practice, Lenice Seo Fiong Lim. For the award of Juris Doctor, Christopher Belsito. Thomas Sebastian George. Jonathan Taylor Horlock. Christopher Edvard Kohler. Nina Caroline Sulza. Nathan George Tuttle. Olivera Maria Tutis. Guan Yu Zhu. Kaylee Morgan Zablowski. For the award of Juris Doctor with Second Class Honours Division B, Andrew Gordon Anschutz George. Vimal Motilal Velji Reniga. For the award of Juris Doctor with Second Class Honours Division A, Peter Joseph Tadeusz Fujazuk. Janine Evelyn Jen. Christopher Goff Gray. Yuan Lee. For the award of Master of Laws, Corporate and Commercial Law, Lenice Seo Fiong Lim. For the award of Master of Laws, Legal Practice, Zamzuri Pandika Amin. Chancellor, I have pleasure in presenting Dr. Jeremy Pearce for the degree of Doctor of Legal Science. Dr. Pearce's thesis examined the powers and duties of company directors in Vietnam and is the first specialised study of its kind into the core of corporate governance, that is, directors' powers and duties. The thesis asserts that adoption of good corporate governance measures, which include an array of duties and competent investor remedies, will ensure that countries such as Vietnam that are in the process of adopting such reforms will outperform those without them. Australian and other common law and civil law jurisdictions were canvassed to assist in the interpretation of Vietnamese directors' powers and duties. The study highlights the crucial role of enforcement of legal remedies in regions such as Vietnam. The thesis makes important recommendations for developing good corporate governance in Vietnam and thereby promoting its legal and economic development. Its proposals have been submitted to the World Bank Programme in Corporate Social Responsibility, and the thesis has already been accepted for publication by LexisNexis, a major legal publisher. Dr. Pearce's supervisor was Professor Jim Corkery. Chancellor, Dr. Jeremy Pearce. Chancellor, I have the honour of presenting Dr. Ian Field for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Field's thesis, entitled Judicial Mediation and Alternative Dispute Resolution, examined the development of judicial mediation from a constitutional, jurisprudential and civil procedural perspective. More specifically, the thesis asked whether Chapter 3 of the Commonwealth Constitution limits the capacity of Australian judges to engage in non-determinative, facilitative and evaluative models of dispute resolution, and, if so, how this limitation will affect the development of judicial mediation in practice. In answering these questions, the thesis emphasised the role of Australian courts and judicial officers and conceptualised judicial mediation and traditional adjudication as theoretical constructs on the same procedural continuum. Dr. Field's thesis is the first to explore judicial mediation in an Australian constitutional context and constitutes a significant contribution to existing scholarship and practice. The thesis offers a robust platform for future research and reform in the area and a point of reference for practitioners and jurists engaged in court-based dispute resolution processes. Dr. Field's supervisors were Professor Patrick Kaiser and Professor Lawrence Bull. Chancellor, Dr. Ian Field.
I now call upon the Vice-Chancellor and President to read the Bond University charge to the graduates.
All graduates, please stand. I charge you as graduates of Bond University to demonstrate at all times the highest moral and ethical standards, to apply and to continue to extend your learning to the benefit of society, to strive through your actions to promote the universal worth of all peoples, to pursue the highest standards in all of your endeavours, so that in fulfilling your personal goals and human responsibilities, you add to the standing of your university, and to support and uphold your university and its alumni through engagement with the Bond Alumni Organisation and through your personal commitment. And now be seated. Thank you.
I'm now pleased to invite Jamie Garan-Zoiotis to make the valedictory statement on behalf of his fellow graduates. Jamie is a graduate of the University of Melbourne with an arts degree. Today he received his Master of Communication from Bond. In his degree, Jamie attained high distinctions in all subjects but one. An extraordinary effort. Welcome, Jamie.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, faculty members, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, and of course our family and friends. When I was contacted some 2 weeks ago by the Pro-Vice-Chancellor and invited to deliver this address, I have to admit my feelings were of great apprehension. I asked myself, how could I possibly represent the incredible diversity of students, academics, activities and experiences that make Bond University the truly unique institution that it is today? Literally from the four corners of the globe, degree candidates gather here each and every semester to, in the words of the university, bring their ambition to life. And so it is today that from the four corners of the globe, this group has gathered to celebrate in the achievement of becoming postgraduates and alumni of Bond University. The truth is that I can't represent this multitude of experiences, all the reasons that we each decided to make a change in our lives and to study at Bond, how we each got here. All I can do is share with you a small part of my Bond story and experience, and in so doing, hope to touch upon the foundations of this experience that bind us together here as Bondies today. Today, I want to touch upon change. Put simply, I didn't expect to be here today, and by that I not only mean here today delivering this address, but here as a graduate of Bond University. It wasn't in my plan. Like so many young people entering the realm of academia for the first time and tertiary education, I commenced my days as a media and communications student at the University of Melbourne, having already mapped out the next 4 years of my life. In short, I was to complete my bachelor's, be admitted to and attain honours, and lead an adventurous life in journalism, perhaps advertising. While I completed that undergraduate and made it to the halfway point of my honours study, I'd underestimated and in fact not anticipated the power of change. I'd underestimated the sheer volume of experiences and immense scope for learning, personal growth and development that tertiary education provides if you only open yourself up to new people, perspectives, material, differences of opinion and thought processes. In my honours year, holding literally half my thesis in front of me and my supervisor, I had changed. Furthermore, my then university had changed. What I was seeking, what I needed, was a different model of an approach to education. What I was seeking and what I thankfully found was Bond. Here, in the words of the Vice-Chancellor, I found a local university with a truly global outlook and reach. A place where academic theory, knowledge and rigour are given equal weighting with practical training and skills. Where degree candidates are encouraged to take these skills, to run with them and apply them to the world outside Bond from day one in order to chase down and realise their professional aspirations. To mould their degree to their evolving interests and the constantly developing fields in which they are either currently or in future wish to apply the knowledge and skills they have built during their tertiary education and work experience. Nowhere is this commitment to change and growth more evident than in Bond's remarkable teaching staff. As Joseph Joubert once said, to teach is to learn twice. To both contextualise and expand upon this quote, I'd like to briefly recall the trademark salutation of one of my favourite teachers here at Bond. During his first lecture, this particular teacher opened with a greeting, "Welcome, my fellow colleagues." It was a greeting that will continue throughout the course of his subject. At the end of the semester, he took a moment in front of the lecture theatre to offer both his thanks and an explanation. He said, "Thank you, my colleagues, for believe it or not, I've learned more from all of you this semester than you could have possibly learned from me." While I'd already had the pleasure of close mentorship from teachers during my undergraduate studies at the University of Melbourne, I'd never heard the value that both student and teacher brings to each other's academic experience and ongoing learning and development voiced like this before. Here at Bond, we are truly blessed with teachers and professors who embrace and support the students' ability to grow and develop, to simultaneously build a solid academic foundation and pursue their individual interests within their given industries of practice, who delight in engaging with minds and personalities, seeing their students change and develop as they are tested with new materials, concepts, people and tasks, ultimately to end up here today having risen to these challenges, ready to apply them and continue growing outside these walls. Teachers who recognise that though we may wish it at times, the world doesn't stand still, and that to keep up with it, we must welcome and adapt to change in learning from each other. However, this is a two-way process. That is, it requires you, the student, to first make that decision to actively change and grow, to not settle for the status quo, to seek out and tackle head-on all the uncertainties and the challenges that come with moving forward with strength, purpose, courage and ambition. Sitting here today, we are an extraordinarily diverse group, a kaleidoscope of interests, talents, pasts and futures. Yet we share the common bond of having made that decision to push ourselves further, to go beyond undergraduate study and actively seeking change and, in the process, setting our respective future courses. Some, like me, have made the transition from other tertiary institutions. Some have chosen to stay here at Bond and expand upon previous studies. Some have returned to study after establishing themselves in the workplace and have worked tirelessly to attain this high academic while undertaking full-time work. In the same manner, some graduates will only now be commencing their careers, some continuing them and returning to their field of work, some perhaps embarking upon the challenge of attaining an even higher academic merit than that they have retained today. Irrespective of your future course, I congratulate you all on your immense achievements here today, achievements that have taken seemingly endless hours of work and unwavering dedication towards your individual goals and your dreams. We've made it, again. And although as we close the door on this chapter of our lives, we cannot be sure precisely what will come in the future, we can always reflect on our collective challenges and experiences here at Bond, safe in the knowledge that we have overcome and learnt from the tasks that have been assigned to us, ready to welcome change and growth each and every day as we face that with which life challenges us and throws across our path. To take with us that commitment to individual thought while working with and learning from others to be the best that we can be. Or if, as a young half-Greek Australian, I might quote from a much older Greek, and in saying that I mean not my father, but the wise Homer in the Iliad, always to excel and be distinguished above others. As Bond University proclaims, we are indeed forever learning. I was once asked by a fellow Bondie over a coffee how they could possibly know that their education here would provide them with value and a guaranteed future career. My answer was that they couldn't. The truth is that it is you that brings value to your education, that invests time and dedication towards achieving those personal dreams. Today, Bond enjoys its domestic and international reputation as a result of the ongoing investment made by its alumni in carrying forward and exemplifying the values and attributes of knowledge and critical thinking, leadership, initiative and teamwork, communication skills and responsibility in their own lives. Now it's our turn to do the same and to truly bring that ambition to life. Before concluding and letting you all enjoy the rest of this special and marvellous day with your family and friends, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank a number of people without whom our Bond experience simply wouldn't have been. First, thank you to all Bond's incredible administrative and support staff, from those in maintenance to faculty administration and advisory, careers counsellors, food and beverage, facilities, sporting and medical staff. Without the work of these people, Bond wouldn't run on a day-to-day basis, and we, the students, wouldn't receive and be privileged to enjoy the incredible facilities and support that we have during our time here. Secondly, to all the academic staff who make Bond what it is, who each and every day commit to sharing with us not only theory, but practical knowledge and skills, lessons learned through years of their own professional lives. People who constantly challenge us to think differently, to think freely, and in so doing, to see us grow and develop, ready to apply these skills and this knowledge in our own professional endeavours. To all these teaching staff, for all your words of wisdom, for your professionalism and dedication, for all the individual meetings and investments of time made that we may take from your subjects absolutely all that we can, for all the coffees shared, views exchanged, late nights spent marking assessments, constructive feedback, and words of professional advice and mentorship given. For all of the above, we thank you here today. Thirdly, and perhaps most significantly, thank you to all our families and our friends, those able to be here to see us graduate today, and indeed those that couldn't. The decision to partake in postgraduate study isn't made lightly, as I'm sure you're well aware. Moreover, to make it through that study is a task not achieved in isolation or with ease. Without your love and support, we simply wouldn't be here today as the graduates and the people who we are. To all of you, thank you for your unwavering belief and confidence in us, for recognising our dreams and supporting us in our decisions to make that change and chase those dreams, for every surprise visit, for every late-night phone call with never-ending words of encouragement, for every email exchange, joke shared, topic debated, for celebrating every high and for helping us through every low, for always waiting with open arms for our return, for knowing us at times even better than we know ourselves, and for all your love. For all of these things, we thank you. We are here today because of you. Finally, to my fellow graduates, thank you for your collegiate spirit. Thank you for your friendship and for supporting one another throughout the challenges of postgraduate study. Thank you for presenting differing views and encouraging fellow students to voice their opinion and in so doing learn. Thank you for every evening out and every coffee shared, for every meal cooked and word of advice given, for enriching the experience of fellow candidates, your colleagues at Bond University. Thank you. I know that without the friendship of a number of people whom I won't individually name here today, my Bond experience simply wouldn't have been half as rewarding and enriching. So, as both this address and postgraduate ceremony draws to a close, I'm fairly certain that I've exceeded my 5 to 7 minutes to speak, for which I apologise. Before letting you all go and celebrate the rest of this day, I want to take one last opportunity to congratulate my fellow graduates on this, your post-graduation. I wish each and every one of you all the very best in your future career endeavours, and may your lives with family and friends be filled with nothing but happiness and success. Thank you.
I think you'll all agree with me that Jamie is forgiven for exceeding his 5 minutes. What a wonderful oration. In his story, he has captured the Bond story. He's captured the story of so many others in this room. It is a story of being local and being global. It is a story of the dedication of our truly remarkable faculty, and I'm so glad, Jamie, to also hear you acknowledge the administrative staff who are so integral to Bond. Thank you. You have captured as well the sense of community, and above all else, in your commitment to postgraduate studies, each and every one of you has embarked on a commitment to lifelong learning. We wish you well. So thank you. Can I ask you to join me again in thanking Jamie? As Jamie has said, it is appropriate to acknowledge today the importance of the support provided by family and friends of the graduates. Without their help, the culmination today of so much hard work, and there has been, this is the second degree that our colleagues have gone through, would not absolutely be possible. So can I ask the graduates to join me in thanking your families? A number of times today it has been remarked on our truly remarkable faculty, faculty who go beyond the average, faculty who are absolutely and totally devoted to their students, faculty who say, here's my mobile phone number, call me, but perhaps it's unreasonable to call me after 10 o'clock at night. To them, I would like the graduates again to join with me in saying a huge thank you. Finally, to the graduates, postgraduates of Semester 1, 2010, I offer my own truly heartfelt congratulations and my best wishes for a rich and fulfilling career. You have a wonderful and fulfilling life ahead of you. The world truly is your oyster, and I urge you to make the most of it. I know you will. I also urge you to become active alumni of Bond. Before we close, to those of you here of Chinese connections, can I say the following? Gung He Fat Choi, and if I've got the pronunciation wrong, please forgive me. Happy Chinese New Year. To the rest, for tomorrow. For the rest of you, happy Valentine's Day for tomorrow. Finally, I would like to extend an invitation to the graduates and their families and friends to join the staff for refreshments in Don's Tavern, which is immediately underneath where we are now. Thank you for a wonderful graduation ceremony.